Price tags don't make a watch good. We've all seen $10,000 watches that feel completely hollow on the wrist, and conversely, $1,000 pieces that punch way above their weight class. So if you strip away the massive marketing budgets, the celebrity endorsements, and the artificial hype, what actually makes a good watch good? Today, we are looking past the brand names. We're breaking down the 9 hidden microscopic details that seasoned collectors look for, the actual engineering and horological standards that separate mass-market fashion from a true masterpiece. Welcome back to Caliber and Case. Let's dive in. The first thing a collector notices isn't the dial, it's how the case handles light. Mass-produced watch cases are often stamped out of steel and heavily polished to hide imperfections, leaving the edges rounded and muddy. A high-quality case requires precision milling and hand finishing. Look closely at the transition lines where a brushed surface meets a mirror-polished facet. On a truly good watch, that transition line is razor sharp, almost sharp enough to cut paper. Furthermore, the material choice matters. While standard 316L stainless steel is fine, luxury collectors look for superior choices, like Rolex's 904L steel, high-grade titanium, or proprietary precious metal alloys that offer distinct luster and weight. Cheap watches rely on flat, printed dials because they are fast and inexpensive to make. A great watch, however, treats the dial like a three-dimensional landscape. Collectors look for applied indices that are individually faceted, diamond-cut, and hand-placed. Look at how the light hits them. On a premium dial, you will also see deep step dials, crisp sub-dial printing with zero bleeding under a loop, and complex textures, whether it's a hand-carved guilloche pattern or a flawless, liquid-like enamel finish. Speaking of the dial, the hands are the ultimate giveaway of a watch's true build quality. If you look at a budget fashion watch under a microscope, you'll often see rough, stamped metal edges, dust particles, or uneven paint. Collectors examine the hands for clean, crisp edges. They look for beautifully faceted Dauphine hands, or hands that have been heat-blued in a kiln rather than chemically painted. When a watchmaker takes the time to flawlessly polish a component that is only a fraction of a millimeter wide, you know you're looking at something special. A great watch isn't just a visual experience, it's a tactile one. This is a detail that trips up a lot of beginner collectors. When you unscrew the crown, does it feel loose and wobbly, or does it feel rock solid? When you wind the movement, is the resistance smooth and mechanical, or does it feel gritty? If it's a chronograph, pressing the pusher should reward you with a crisp mechanical click, the signature of a well-engineered column wheel mechanism rather than a mushy, plasticky push. A watch should feel deliberate and intentional every time you interact with it. A watch can have a beautiful dial, but if the components don't fit together perfectly, the illusion breaks. Collectors immediately inspect the end links of the bracelet where they meet the case. There should be absolutely no visible gap and no rattle when you shake it. If it's a diving watch, we check the bezel. A high-quality bezel rotates with precise, crisp clicks, aligning perfectly with the 12 o'clock marker, and exhibits zero backplay or wiggle room when you try to turn it backward. Now, let's talk about the heart of the machine, the movement. Go beyond just saying it's mechanical. Collectors look at how the caliber is calibrated and built. A standard, off-the-shelf movement is dropped straight into a case. A great watch movement is adjusted in multiple positions and temperatures to guarantee accuracy across different environments. We also look at the architecture. How robust is the power reserve? Does it feature a free-sprung balance wheel for better shock resistance? A good movement values chronological stability over cheap, mass-produced convenience. While we are looking through that sapphire caseback, point number 7 is decoration, specifically anglage and perlage. In haute horlogerie, high-end watchmaking, the edges of the movement bridges are not left raw or stamped. They are painstakingly hand-beveled and polished to a mirror shine. This technique is called Anglage. Combined with Côte de Genève stripes across the surface and circular graining called Perlage on the base plate, this internal art serves no functional purpose other than absolute visual perfection. If a brand decorates parts of the watch you can barely see, you can trust their overall quality. Number 8 is something people completely overlook until they see it executed flawlessly: anti-reflective treatment on the sapphire crystal. Cheap crystals act like a mirror, reflecting overhead lights and making the dial difficult to read. High-end watchmaking utilizes multi-layered, microscopic AR coatings applied to both the inside and outside of the sapphire. When done perfectly, the crystal seemingly disappears completely under direct light, giving you an uninterrupted view of the dial artistry below. Finally, point number 9. Design permanence and proportion. This is the math of horology. A truly good watch honors the golden ratio of design. The dial symmetry isn't ruined by a poorly placed date window that cuts off an index number. The lug width matches the case diameter perfectly, and the overall case thickness is cleverly masked by the profiling of the mid-case, so it hugs the wrist rather than sitting like a block of steel. A great watch doesn't chase passing micro-trends. It is designed with a timeless DNA that will look just as elegant 50 years from now as it does today. At the end of the day, a watch is a deeply personal object, but when you train your eye to look for these 9 details, you stop buying into the brand hype and start investing in true craftsmanship. Out of these 9 standards, which one is an absolute non-negotiable for your personal collection? Let me know down in the comments. If you appreciate the finer details of watchmaking, hit the subscribe button to join our growing community here at Caliber & Case. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.